Hello everyone, today I'm going to share with you on how I made this super moist and delicious as well as classic meatloaf that you will ever made. So let's look at the ingredient and get the cooking started. First I have 2 pounds of ground beef, 2 slices of bread I chop into crumbs, and then 1 small onion diced, 4 cloves of garlic, and 2 eggs, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and some black pepper to taste. So first of all, I add the breadcrumb in there, following with the diced onion, garlic, and garlic powder, Italian seasoning, black pepper to taste, two eggs, about half a cup of half and half or milk, 1 pack meatloaf seasoning. If you don't have it, you can just adjust the seasoning to your flavor. It doesn't have to be the meatloaf seasoning. And now I will use my hand to knead until everything is very well incorporated. I put a little bit on a plate and microwave for 10 to 15 seconds and taste it. And the seasoning is not to my liking, so I'm going to use about 2 teaspoons of the chicken bouillon or chicken powder in there as well. And about 1/2 cup more of the half and half, about 1 cup diced bell pepper. If you don't like it, you can leave it. I will continue to knead until everything is well combined. If you enjoy and get any value information from my video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos. Thank you so much. So now it's time to make it into a loaf. You can use any baking pan or a loaf pan. I'm using the 9 by 9 inches baking pan. And I'm trying to form that into a loaf, or you can form that into whatever shape you like. This is how I do mine. This meatloaf recipe is really great to make, especially if you have a lot of ground beef at home and you don't know how to cook them. Make sure to give this recipe a try. So I will bake at 375 for 1 hour. While baking, I will make the glaze. I'm using the tomato paste. If you have barbecue sauce or ketchup, that is fine. Paprika powder. I'm using about 1 tablespoon mustard, 2 tablespoons sugar, 1 tablespoon garlic powder, and 1 tablespoon onion powder. And I'm using about 5 tablespoons water in there. This is a bit much for the glaze, so I suggest you to reduce this. If you just make the same ingredient and same size as mine, you can use about 1/3 of the tomato paste because I have a lot left over. But this is just my style. If you don't like tomato paste, you can certainly buy barbecue sauce or ketchup or any glaze that you like to put on your meatloaf. This is how I modify mine to my own style, and I hope you give it a try to see how you like it. I bake about 55 minutes and then I take it out from the oven. I pour all the liquid out. If you don't like the glaze on your meatloaf, you can certainly omit that and have it as it is. And I put the glaze on the top of it. I'm using about 1/3 or 1/4 of the sauce only, so if you don't want to waste that much, you can reduce the ingredient, okay? So I will bake or broil about 5 minutes or so. After you broil, it will have a layer of the top of that tomato paste. I did take that off and only left a little bit of the glaze in there. I will remove it to the plate. Look at that, how beautiful it turned out. I forgot to mention to you that this was actually my very first time making meatloaf. It turned out better than I imagined, you know. So if I can make it, then anyone or anybody can make it, right? Now it's time to cut. Let's see how moist it is. Wow, it's so moist and colorful from the bell pepper and onion. I would let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes before I cut it to let the juice distribute through the meatloaf so that the meatloaf will not dry. If you cut it at the very moment you take it out from the oven, all the juice will drain out and that will cause your meatloaf to dry, alright? Oh my goodness, you must try this recipe for sure. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Meatloaf is such a easy and delicious recipe to try or to make it for your family, especially when you don't have time and you just make it, put in the oven, set timer for 1 hour and check it again, and you will have the perfect dinner or meal for your family, okay? Let's give it a taste. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious, so flavorful, so moist. You won't believe how tasty it is. Look at that, how juicy that is. So if you want to know what to do or what recipe to make with the leftover meatloaf, here is the sandwich that I'm gonna make next. So stay tuned. See you on my next video. Bye.